But let's now get to central London, shall we? You can see Wladimir Klitschko there is getting ready to speak to us ahead of his fight with Derek Chisora. We've heard the news conference and Wladimir is there to speak to us live. A very good morning to you, Wladimir. Thank you for speaking to Sky Sports News today. Talk to me about Derek Chisora, if you would. Of all the challenges you've had in your career, how do you rank Derek Chisora?
All right. Good morning, first of all. We just finished up the press conference with Derek, and I have to tell you that this man definitely deserved the shot because he's a British champion and Commonwealth champion. He has 14 fights. He's an undefeated fighter, and he's very confident. I haven't seen such a young man with 26 years old and that much experience as 14 fights as confident as Derek. But if we look back in the history, I'll give an example with Leon Spinks when he beat legendary Muhammad Ali only with 8 fights. So actually the number of the boxing matches doesn't mean anything. The determination and the will to become a champion, that's the matter.
Yeah, he certainly, as you say, isn't lacking in confidence. He said in that press conference, as we saw it live here on Sky Sports News, he's going to rough you up. That's pretty big talking, isn't it?
Well, as I said, the man shows a lot of confidence, and he has his own game plan, and whatever he's gonna do, I'm prepared. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world, and of course I'm going to defend my title or titles on December 11th.
What are you expecting? What sort of fight can you predict for us?
I'm addicted to challenge in the ring, and that's what keeps me in sport, and that's my motivation, because all the time I have to find out the new game plan for a new opponent. And Derek Chisora, of course, will show me a lot of challenge. I'm more than sure, because he just signed a contract in 4 days. The negotiation went very well with Frank Warren, and I'm very happy to have Derek Chisora as opponent, because I believe that for boxing fans, not just in Great Britain but also around the world, because this fight will be broadcasted in more than 120 countries, it's going to be a very interesting match. So boxing fans will definitely have fun to watch this match.
And just tell me about the end of the press conference which you've just had with Derek. We weren't still watching you live at the time. I believe he asked you about which you love more, your belts or your girlfriend, and you weren't very happy with that, were you?
Well, I said that he's probably playing a journalist from the Lifestyle magazine, and I believe I will probably answer this question to the real journalist. And my answer was I would love to paint his face on December 11th instead. So I have no need to answer this question to Derek Chisora. It's nothing to do with boxing and the actual press conference here.
Fair enough. Now tell me, a lot of British boxing fans were expecting David Haye to be your next opponent. Why, though, is it Derek Chisora and not David Haye?
Well, I will probably put parallels. Derek talks a lot and it reminds me a little bit of David Haye, so I would assume that probably Derek Chisora is little brother of David Haye. And we've been talking a lot about David Haye, and I'll give no respect to David Haye at all. But Derek Chisora, he accepted the fight, he got it, he's a press conference, he's confident, and he will show up at the fight. David Haye never did it. He talked a lot, he talked his way to become a potential opponent, but he never made it. And you know what? I'm afraid of David Haye, that he's going to be knocked out in the fight with Adley Harrison. And he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, because he says, I'm going to be retired by next year, so the Klitschkos better hurry up. We're here and we're going to be here for a long time. So I believe that the retirement of David Haye could happen sooner than he thinks, and I believe that could happen even in his next fight in November.
So you think he could lose to
So it's going to be not
Harrison?
a conversation anymore about David Haye.
Okay, but just finally, do you think he could lose to Harrison?
I
That
believe
means
that
you'll never get the
Adley
chance to fight
Harrison
him?
could knock David Haye out. I'm sorry?
No, I was just going to ask, that would mean you think the Klitschko brothers will never get the chance to fight David Haye?
I'm looking forward to get David Haye the froze of my fists in the ring, and there is a lot of time should pass by. As I said, there is another fight that David Haye has, so that's why I'm saying that David Haye better be focused, otherwise he's gonna get knocked out by Audley Harrison. And this conversation will have an end. I mean, the fight between David Haye and Klitschko brothers. Klitschko brothers are ready for a long time and gave him chances to fight us. He refused it because he's a liar, actually, and a coward as well. So there's a lot of talk, but no action, and I said enough about Haye also in the past. So we'll see what's going to happen November 11th first. Not November 11th, I guess the fight is on November 15th or something.
Yeah, and your December the 11th, your fight with Derek. Just finally, before we let you go, Wladimir, if you're talking about these three British boxers, Derek Chisora, who you fight next, Audley Harrison and David Haye, where do you rank them, 1, 2 and 3, in terms of quality and ability?
I definitely will rank Derek Chisora above of those two fighters because he's undefeated. And when you face an undefeated fighter, you never know what is behind there. Can he take punch? Nobody really knows because he never lost. Does he have a good conditioning for 12 rounds in a really tough fight? We don't know. So there is a lot of questions which we'll get as answers at the December 11th fight with me in Germany. What and where to place Derek Chisora, above those two fighters, which I do right now, or actually at the roll ring. We will see it. We will see it on December 11th.
Wladimir, thank you very much. We're really looking forward to the fight with Derek Chisora. Thanks for your time today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And just remind you that Wladimir, as well as speaking to us live here this morning on Sky Sports News, will be a guest on tonight's Ringside programme. That's from 9 o'clock this evening over on Sky Sports HD1.